Papa, can you bring that pole over here? Made in Abyss, Dawn of the Deep Soul.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to start.
If you watch it, when you watch it, you'll know what that means.
So, Made in Abyss, here we are again. This show and this movie, really, this IP is something that I can't turn away from.
I feel it's relatively unknown.
And
for some reason.
Well, it's been, I don't know if it's unknown, but it's maybe not as popular as like some of the shonen shows.
Okay.
Some of that stuff. But Made in Abyss to me is one of those things where it's like I can't turn away from it. It's like you're mystified. It's like beautiful. It sounds great, but like goddamn, does it have some depressing things that go on in this show?
I think it's creative. I think some of the things that they do, the storyline, the idea of it. And this is also season 1, and the movie season 2 is out and rolling.
Just Made in Abyss in general.
Yeah, perfect. Made in Abyss in general is like, I like to use the word, I guess, captivating.
That's a good way to put it, because captivating could be bad and good.
Right.
Oh, not bad in the sense of it's poor. Bad in the sense of there's some really fucked up shit in this show that goes on, and really dark subject matter.
Yeah,
that
throughout the entire thing.
Yes, and you can't stop watching it. It's like it's just something that sucks you in, and you're just like strapped in like a roller coaster going on this journey, and it's gonna go through ups and downs, lefts and rights.
All downs, if you really think about it, because you're going down the...
Don't go up. If you're in the abyss,
now, motherfucker.
Don't ride that roller coaster up, because you're going to have a bad time. This movie starts out relatively lighthearted, where the crew is in the 5th layer, and they're at the precipice of where they can't return from, which is the 6th layer.
It picked up right where season 1 left off.
That was a good thing.
And it was beautiful that way.
So season 1 and the movie, there were years in between that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good to where we didn't have years to wait.
Yeah.
But it was good to where it was just like, even if you did, it was very quick to just say...
No catch-up, nothing. And that's what I think I liked the most about it, because I had, as soon as I finished watching it, the thing I told Ryan first, it literally picked up them dropping off one of the cliffs. Perfect. And
season 2 is airing right now, so we don't have to wait at all. We are going to come back here in about a week from date of recording, and we're going to record the amount of episodes that have dropped so far, and then come out weekly until this season is over. But this movie, I think it worked really well because Bondrewd as a villain was so captivating. Like, I'll use that word again.
Nice. I thought there was nothing wrong with the guy.
Well, we knew from season 1 he's a pretty terrible human being.
Well, yeah.
Well, entity. He's a pretty terrible entity, because I don't even know if he's human anymore.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, that tail would say otherwise.
Yeah, it's like a dragon tail.
But when we first are introduced to him in the movie, he has a daughter, Prushka, and she seems to love her papa very much. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of, it throws you off a little bit, because there isn't that scene that goes, oh, that's right, he's a piece of shit. It's just Bondrewd works as a villain because he's so authentic. He doesn't have ulterior motives. He will tell you exactly what he's feeling, exactly what he's thinking, exactly what his motives are. They are fucked up. They are diabolical.
But they're his.
But he doesn't have that ulterior motive. He'll tell you exactly what he wants to do.
Yep.
And the fight scenes in this show were great. They were choreographed well.
Yeah.
Especially the fight scene at the end of the movie. And there was one in particular with Reg where he turns into Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Anybody out there? Where he just like loses his mind. He just goes into this alternate state of being. And I thought that was,
there's so much
animated
more to Reg
so well.
Yes. That, like, I want to know. Like, obviously we get it. Like, from season 1, he's from the pit.
Deep in the abyss.
The abyss.
Probably the 6th layer, which is where season 2 takes place. There has to be.
It's just you know nothing of it, because in this movie you see how they have to get down to the 6th layer,
right?
And Bondrewd actually, I feel like he plays around in that layer in a part.
He plays at the precipice of it. He's never gone
dips
to
in
it.
There. Okay.
I don't think he's never been there.
Oh, right, because there was that part that basically when you go down to 6 and you come back up, you die.
It's the point of no return.
Yeah.
Except Nanachi was his first successful attempt.
Right.
The reason why he had such a tight bond with Nanachi was because she was the only one that had gone down to that layer and actually returned to like in her somewhat normal form. You think not? You know what? I think you're right.
I think it's a he. Anywho, but yeah.
That's a really good point. But, Prushka, you were wondering why she like loved him so much, and it gets into her story and how tragic it was. And like the intro said, there was this one scene about the pole where you didn't know what to think.
I had to go back to see if I read it correctly.
I rewinded it as well because I was like, wait a minute.
Did.
I was paying attention, but I was like, I must have missed something.
Now, this show will, like, it is very childlike in art. It is.
That's why it gets you. You're right. Keep going.
Visually, you see it, and it's like, you don't expect at least
the brutality
half or more that come from this show and this movie. You know, like, Made in Abyss as a whole.
It's as dark as anything I watch.
And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss something that was like, yes, they touch upon, like, obviously they're children. So you have your child things of growing up and understanding yourselves and doing that. On top of, they're trying to save the world as they know it. Mm-hmm. Also, Rico just wants to find her mother.
Yeah.
Like, that's simple. That's simple of a task. But in the environment
brutality
that
comes
just,
along with that is just unrelenting.
They will never see a dawn.
I love the premise of Made in Abyss. I love the premise of like the abyss itself, where you can descend. It just lends itself to this sense of like adventure.
And I avoided this show for a while, and I yet another show that you gave me that I got lucky that watch it. Cool movie to entertain me.
Yeah.
Wow, season 2.
And we had 5 years. If you watch it real time, it's 5 years from season 1 to season 2. I think it's 5 years. But the music is something else.
Yep.
My God, the music in this show is so good. It just like, especially like in season 1 where they do the scene where it's like the introduction to the episode, and it's like that chime.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of like playing Zelda and you come across a shrine or something. It's just magical and just mysterious, and it just compels you to just keep going. Everything about the movie, I felt the same way. It was just so...
It was a one-off story. We got to watch Layer 5.
And I don't... Exactly.
That was it.
And it was like really brutal though, and I don't want to rewatch it because there was a lot of dark subject matter here. Especially what happens to some of the characters in the show. Bondrewd was a great villain. I'm just going over all the things in my mind as bullets. I'm fascinated. As soon as at the end of the movie, when our group gets into the bubble, the sphere that descends to the 6th layer, the point of which you will never come back from.
Yeah, and which is sad in itself, man. Like,
it is.
That's like, but they're with each other.
Reg came back.
Yes, but Reg isn't a human.
No, he's an artifact or a relic.
He's a relic that has, like, obviously you see other relics of being a thing, and like Nanachi has some kind of capability, but I don't even think he'd be able to survive it.
I am so looking forward to season 2 because we haven't watched it yet. We're gonna watch 3 episodes and review that.
Yeah,
like I said,
blur the lines a little bit, you know.
But I just wanted to go right into it. I just want to see what the 6th layer is about.
That's it. The first episode, I hope we just go and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Do you get down to the 6th layer and then you find out it just keeps going?
There's nothing.
Or
like, what do you do?
Or
is
it the basement?
Going down?
Like, is there a floor and that's it? I have so many questions. As far as this movie is concerned, I thought it was a resounding success from the soundtrack, from Bondrewd as a villain, as a antagonist, the growth of our 3 protagonists together, the levels of emotion that you go through while watching the movie. It was just a really good success to me. And
I hope more people. I hope this is watched by a lot of people. I do.
Overseas, I'm sure it is in Japan. In America, I don't know. It's probably a good question. I don't know what the analytics are for how many.
Like, you don't hear about it. It's like, yes, everybody watches Demon Slayer. Everybody watches Jujutsu Kaisen.
Right.
Those are like, oh, they're the big names. And then you've Made in Abyss. Looks like a kid drew it, and it's like that. But
maybe that's what puts some people off.
It did me at first.
Maybe they see that and they go,
and I didn't like it.
I'm not going to be able to get into this. It's going to be for kids.
Give it a couple episodes. Give it this movie.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen's dark. Yeah.
Right. Like, this is probably one of the darker shows that we watched.
And it's
in anime, at least.
Isn't it great how it contrasts one another, though? Where the animation and the plot devices are so opposed to one another.
The layers, or some of them, like you said, were beautiful.
Yeah.
They're going down. Even 5 wasn't atrocious. Like, it was just...
Do you know what I love about Made in Abyss the most? It just feels like I want to sit down and watch an adventure. It's like an adventure anime where I'm completely sold on the premise.
Find monsters, gotta beat them.
I want to see the creatures they find and fight. I want to see the depths of the abyss that they haven't gone to yet, and even the ones they were descending. I want to do them to explore and find more out about each one of them. I just really love Made in Abyss.
Riko's intelligent. She knows a lot about the layers and a lot about the creatures.
Yep.
They eat them. Like, she knows what you can and can't eat, and obviously,
and
like,
how to cook them.
Been there, right? And they're delicious, and eat them raw and whatever. And it's like, all right, she gets taken through the ringer every time. Her life is not pleasant down there.
And I love the part about so Riko will not sacrifice anyone that she loves in order to gain what she needs to descend. Right. Bondrewd will sacrifice anything and everyone for the goal of scientific advancement.
Yeah, he has his
So they're
mindset.
Like polar opposite mentalities. And you saw he was unsuccessful getting into the sphere and being able to descend, where Riko
they walked right in
is on her way down with Nanachi and Reg to the 6th layer.
Which then that could also open up, like, once you get to the 6th layer, is it just beautiful and bright and happy? Because it doesn't allow just anybody down there. Is it pristine? Like, we think that it could be dark and everything's dead down there. There's quite the opposite it could be.
I have a prediction. It's Made in Abyss. It's going to be terrible.
Okay, probably. But I think that's the thing. Like, it could be anything.
It's going to be beautifully terrible.
Yes.
Beautifully terrible.
That's right.
And with that, we're going to get into the layman's
like,
review
just
of...
like our layman's review can be beautiful, terrible.
There you go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Yep. This is an A movie.
For sure.
I was completely sold on it.
I tried to, like... I don't give out my reviews nicely. You got to work hard.
Yeah.
And at first, like...
If he gives it anything an A...
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, it was a nice closed story. It explained Layer 5. It answered questions from Season 1. It did a lot. It built the characters.
Made you excited for Season 2.
It just, there's so much more now. Like, I would love to see them be able to go back up. And I'm worried that that's not going to be a thing. And I'm fine with that, but that's just, like, the hope and dream in me. Like, I would love them to go back up and see sunlight. There's a whole world up there. There's friends that they left up there.
Yeah.
Does time work the same? Like, are they not aging down there? If you come up, like, those friends that they left at the orphanage are like 30.
But see, because you're asking all these questions, that's an example of a very good plot where you just have all these questions, and it's not because you're asking them because you're trying to poke holes in it. You just have general curiosity about where the show's going and, like, questions in your mind about just trying to have them answered. That to me is how you tell a good story.
And they give you some just to open up new questions.
Exactly.
And that just makes you want to come back for Season 2. And I'm glad that it's here now. And, it's something that I think came as a surprise. I didn't know there was a movie, until we brought up, because Season 2, like, well, if we didn't see this, you would have missed a huge part.
Oh, you have to see the movie.
You have to.
It actually is Season 2. Because
right.
It's almost 2 hours long. So that's almost 6 episodes. And a season's 12. So it's almost like Season 1, Season 1.5, and now Season 2.
Like Demon Slayer did the same thing, had that movie.
Yeah, Mugen Train, you have to watch Mugen Train if you want to have
There's a big part.
Any context of, like, where Tanjiro and his crew came from.
What happened.
Review above that, above Ryan's head.
There's
for
just a lot.
Mugen
Like,
Train.
this show is, don't sleep on it, I think. If it's an A, off the top of my head, I can't remember what we gave the first season. My guess is an A.
I think it was an A.
And if you're hitting A after A, good. Not everything's an S. That's more difficult. That has to hit a whole nother level.
It almost has to hit you in, like, a very subjective way.
Right.
An S. Actually, everything we place is subjective, but there has to be something where it hits
another level of
chord
personal
in you. Exactly.
Like, that did it.
And Season 2 could get there.
Oh, I'm hoping.
If it is like this sprawling adventure where we get all these questions and it opens up this all new questions, answers some of them, it could very possibly get an S for Season 2.
Does anybody else just want to touch Nanachi? Because apparently he's so soft and causes erections. But that's fine.
Guys, let us know what you thought about the Dawn of the Deep Soul, the Made in Abyss movie. If you haven't watched it yet, please go do so, because it is a terribly good time.
Season 1's with Prime. movies on Prime and High Dive.
Yes. And season 2, you have to watch on High Dive. I don't like that, but I did get the subscription to watch it because I will not miss season 2.
Is it worth $5 a month?
You're damn right. Until the end of the season, you're damn right.
Yep.
$10 to watch this? Yes, sir. Guys, as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you for the start of season 2.